Alright everybody, I'm back and I have completed painting on my cigar box, the sides. You don't have to do the bottom because the bottom is going to go onto your base. And I have also painted the base, which used to be the top of the cigar box. And I have painted my little memorial top, which is right there. Like I mentioned before, this is made out of foam core board. I have paint on my fingernails now. It's made out of foam core. I like foam core for projects because it is easy to use, it's very light, it's cheap, and also when you paint it, it gets this solid appearance even though this part is open and it's actually foam in here. A lot of times you can also substitute with cardboard, but cardboard doesn't give you that solid look to it when you paint it. So it's up to you what you decide to use. I use the foam core, I really like it. And again, you can choose whatever kind of shape you wanted. I wanted this very basic shape right here. But there are some people who choose to do sort of zigzags or a big triangle. You could even make a heart shape, or you could make it look like the top of a cathedral. You could have like a cross shape and a city top. It just depends on the style of your memorial. Different styles can reflect who the people are that you're doing the memorial for. You could make it a funny memorial. You could set it up to look like their favorite restaurant, or have it be something about them, you know, anything at all. A sport, or their favorite hobby, or anything like that. I'm making just a very basic, kind of pretty, decorative Day of the Dead style memorial because that's how I choose to do it, but your options are your own. So here I have my base like that, and I'm going to try and elevate it so that you can see it a little bit better while I do this. There we go. So here is my base, and you are going to get your handy dandy glue. And what you want to do with your top here is put it toward the edge of the base to the back so that you have some room up front to place your candles or whatever it is that you choose to do. So I'm going to glue this bottom part here. What glue you use is of course up to you. I'm just using this generic craft glue, and we're going to place it toward the middle at the back of your base right here. Okay, it doesn't have to be on the very, very edge, but you want to have it closer to the back so that you'll have some room to place your candles or whatever it is you choose to put up front. Now these are candle holders, of course, so I'm going to be putting candles in mine, but you can also have like little buckets or little pots, whatever you choose to put up here, and you could put flowers in those as well. That's completely your call. So I have my base on here, and the next thing I'm going to do, take this down, is I am going to glue my top on. Okay, so when I want my top, again, I want it toward the back. I want it kind of like this so that there's a little room up front if I should choose to put some decorations there. So just put your glue right on here. And we're going to place that just like before toward the back. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is going to be the basic shape of the memorial. That's what mine looks like, and of course you can do any colors that you want. My next move is going to be to glue my candle holders. For these little guys, I'm not going to use the craft glue because these are very heavy. This is just what I chose to use. But I'm going to use this non-name brand super glue. Hopefully it'll hold everything how I want it to hold. So I'm going to place that one. My second one. I'm going to place on the opposite side. Okay, it seems to be holding pretty well. Alright, so we have our basic shape of our memorial. And the next thing we want to do is make it a little bit friendlier. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of color to this, a little bit of decoration. And since I want this to reflect how my grandparents were, I don't want this to be too terribly complex. I want to make it kind of simple. So I'm just going to use some white paint on here and get my little brush out. There we go. So for this one I'm going to use my smaller brush. And on the side right here, I think I'm just going to do a couple of flowers. Flower stalks. So start down here. Hopefully you cannot hear the barking of the dogs in my neighborhood, because for some reason they're all just going insane right now. And that's not a very relaxing sound. Like I said, this does not have to be perfect. It just has to be fun. It has to represent you and what you want. But it doesn't have to represent anybody else. This is just for fun and to relax. And take your time with this. You know, I'm trying to get this all done in one video, but you don't have to do that. You can just take your time. Take several days if you need to. It doesn't have to be right away. I'm actually, while making this video, I'm trying to channel one of my very favorite ASM artists, Yang Haiyin, who I believe I mentioned in my first video. She does absolutely mesmerizing videos of a lot of different things. My favorites are when you can see her painting or drawing or doing calligraphy. She has the most relaxing voice. She doesn't try, is the thing. I'm trying right now, and I bet you can tell because my voice is not perfect. most relaxing in the world, but she doesn't whisper. She just has that kind of soothing way about her that I love. And when she makes a video where she's painting or drawing, it just makes you feel like you can do anything that she's doing. It doesn't matter if it looks as pretty as hers. She can do it. And of course, these flowers are not absolutely how I had imagined them when I first set out to do this. They're not flawless. That's okay. And you can do whatever you want. You don't need to do flowers. You can do different patterns, leaves. You can do traditional Day of the Dead designs with skeletons or crosses, the Virgin Mary or Guadalupe, whatever you like. I'm going to take a break to let that sink in.